So how are you guys both affected by this issue?
Well, I live in Sylvania, and I listened very carefully to all of the opposing testimony that was presented at the Sylvania City Council meeting a week or so ago. And what touched me the most was the students and their heartfelt desire not to have this facility right down the street from the school that they go to. And as elders have not paid attention to solving this problem on our own, and the kids need to be listened to.
How are you affected?
Well, I'm a student right down the street at Southview High School, and this is something that scares me, and this isn't even in effect yet. It's something that will affect me every day, and as a student, I'm not sure I can keep up with my academics in the same way as I would before.
What previous examples, things that have happened in the past would make you concerned about a gun range near your school?
Well, just a couple years ago, we have Parkland. I remember the day of our walkout over at McCord Junior High, and just seeing all of the students coming out there being impacted by this tragedy. I don't want something like that to happen in Sylvania or at my school.
If people who are adults maybe wouldn't have listened to her, if they were listening to you, what would be your message to them?
It's also, there's a lot of adults that live in this neighborhood that do not want the zoning ordinance allowing a gun range to be built here. Property values will go down. I understand it's a business that might bring tax dollars in, but we have a ridiculous gun culture in this country, and I am not interested in having a place that people can normalize gun ownership. Gun training for safety reasons is fine, but I don't believe that this needs to be here in a residential area. If it's away from city village confines and it's out a ways from residential, it will, I think, be more acceptable to the majority of people.
During previous discussions about guns, some people say that kids are being used as pawns to push some kind of political agenda. What do you want people that think that to know?
Well, I mean, kids are oftentimes, it takes a lot for kids to educate themselves, to form their own opinions, and stray away from necessarily their parents' political beliefs and really believe what they want to believe. And I mean, as for being pawns in this whole scenario, I mean, it's highly likely if their parents are just kind of controlling them to say what they want to say. But I think it's so important that kids find their own opinions and their own beliefs and stick to them.
What do you want members of Sylvania City Council to know?
I want them to pay attention to the fact that if zoning is to mean anything, it shouldn't be able to be changed at the drop of a hat. And the people who bought their houses here expected there to be a certain level of business, and they do not need to acquiesce to this business and should not.
Think of the kids. I beg you. All of us. There's thousands of us. We need to be kept safe. This is a really important message. It's all about safety.